So hi all and welcome to my videos of day in my life. My day typically starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. I take 10 to 15 minutes to quickly freshen up, and then I go downstairs and study for like 2.5 hours. It totally depends on what I make for the breakfast, and I study mostly till 6:30, sometimes probably till 6:45. And how I study is that I don't maintain separate notebook for each subject. Currently what I'm doing is that I make all the notes and all the informations in the book itself, and this is more convenient because I'm a mother of a toddler, and it's easier when I have all the resources at one place. And by 6:30 a.m. I go to my kitchen to do all the morning chores with the news or some debates in the background. This is much easier because lots of current affairs could be learned while I'm working, and I basically just make the breakfast and do the dishes and then clean the kitchen. That's my work for the morning. And I also make a dish for the lunch, and by 8 o'clock in the morning I sit down for breakfast, and also along with my staple diet, which is current affairs, of course. And for every aspirant, current affairs is your main aspect, and I am a slow eater, which is a very good thing because I get about 15 minutes or 20 minutes for reading the current affairs. And then by 8:20 or something I go upstairs, set up my computer for writing down all the news and related details of the current affairs. And Her Highness is still sleeping, and she'll be up by any time right now. And just 10 minutes into my studies, and guess what? Someone's up. Like any other good mother, I just go downstairs and close my book and just feed her. And guess what? She's even more slow eater than me, and she takes about 45 to 1 hour for eating her breakfast. And in between, my husband leaves for work, and then I go back to my room and I go back to all my notes and study for like 1.5 hours. And then Emma comes back being all fussy, and then I try to study with her on my lap for like half an hour, and then I realize how futile my attempt is. So I close my book and go downstairs, and I bathe her and I put her to sleep. And she's asleep, so we should study quietly. And I study peacefully for like 3 hours. And in between, when I find some strategies or some tips for cracking civil services, I always write down on my strategy book. And one thing for an aspirant is that you have to have a strategy, you have to have a schedule, even for a housewife, because no matter how much of time you invested or how much of quality of time that you're getting for studies, without a schedule and strategy you cannot crack the civil service examination. So this is one point that you have to remember. So yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is that I check on my Wattsap messages. I have my students on Wattsap messaging me all for doubts and all, and also along with that I take a break for like 5 minutes to check all my YouTube videos, and also I go to my Facebook for checking all the likes of my videos and all. And after that I go back to my studies till 1:30 p.m. So by 3 o'clock, me and my study partner is back to our room, and she just peacefully just coloring away in her book and me making notes. So this goes on for about 2 hours, and then guess what? My husband surprises us with the national diet of all the Malayalis, which is parota and beef, and we spend about half an hour for that. And by 6 o'clock I get a call from my brother saying that he's not able to edit today's video. And I don't usually edit every day, it is every other day, which is the alternate days for me and other days for him. So after 2 hours of editing, the video is being rendered, it's all done. So I thought, I'll read some current affairs in between those times. So by 8 o'clock my video is up, and it takes some time to upload, it takes time to load and all. So I thought I'll just go take a quick shower by that time. So after uploading the video, I don't forget to post it in my Facebook account also as a WhatsApp story. And then I go back downstairs to do all my works and chores, which is basically just cleaning up and reheating the food and then just tidying up the house as such. I don't have much work to do at the night. And by 9:30 we are both done with our dinner. So I go back upstairs and just go through all my notes and all the portions that I've studied today, which is polity. And if I get time, I make essays of current affairs and the polity or the portion that I've read today. And since today I didn't get time much, so I thought if I'll skip that today and add on to that the next day. But one thing I can say for sure is that quantity of your time invested doesn't matter as long as your quality is very good. Because for me, I realized that I cannot afford to waste a single minute because I know that I don't have the luxury of time as a housewife and a mother. So I try to utilize as much of time that I have. Whatever I studied, I have to make sure that I have a complete conceptual knowledge so that it stays in my memory forever or for a long time. So that's the reason why I study with all the informations, and I study sort of like an interactive format. I Google informations about it, I write it down. So in this way, it helps me to retain all the informations for a longer period. And of course, I use spaced repetition method to just brush up all my informations to keep it fresh in my mind. So that's it for today's video. I usually go to sleep by 9:30, 10, and sometimes I sleep before 10:30 and sometimes by 12. I always try to sleep earlier, but this is not the case for all the days. But today I was fortunate enough to sleep by 10:30, and I hope you really liked today's video. And if you did like it, do share, like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching.